So check me out. Look, me being me, I'm gonna be straight up about this because it's hard to try to explain it, but I'm gonna try my best to explain it. I was looking at a video yesterday from River TV and Crimson. She did what I think is what you call like a reaction to Crimson. And one of the topics they was on, it was about women in their whole phase. But they basically was saying, hey, they don't call it that. And no, they don't. But if you look it up, you can look up Crimson whole phase on YouTube, or look up River TV on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about when they and put in whole phase, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, but to get right into it. Oh, and if this video makes it to YouTube or whatever, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Back to what I'm saying. Now, women, what y'all fail to realize about us men, when they say come as you are, we accept you as you are. When we see you, we looking past the 7 different color braids in your fucking head. Excuse my language. But we looking past the 7 different color braids in your head. We looking past the eyelashes. Now, one thing we definitely look past by and all that is those, you know, the women, they wear the pig rings and the cow rings in their nose like pigs and cows, you know, when they put a ring in a pig nose to stop them from rooting. Yeah. So they want to look like, you know, homestead animals out there in the cow pasture or hog pen. I guess they nasty like the hogs. That's the impression they leave. They do that and they think it's cute, and it's not. The only people that like that are other women. So I think now, in my opinion, I think they do it to impress other women, because I think that they're seeking attention from other women. They're trying to get other women attention, because women are attracted to women just like us men are attracted to women. So what we've learned, you got more women liking women, almost just as many as you got men liking women. And it's crazy. But that's the times we living in. All right, now, but I said all that to say this. With a man, with me personally, I can't speak about everybody, but with me personally, a woman would not friend zone me. I would not be your friend. I ask you, do you want to be friends? Just to see, can I get the honest truth out of you? But once I get the honest truth out of you, if you say, yeah, let's just be friends, or yeah, we can be friends and all that, then, you know, I'm gonna ghost you. Now, if we start off as friends and we remain friends and it's just a friendship, yeah, cool. I can be friends with a woman that way. But if I like you, or you like me, but some kind of way we realize, okay, we just didn't like each other like that, either way, and one try to friend zone the other one, or however that may go, I'm not doing the friend zone. Simply because I would not be beneficial to you if you're not beneficial to me. You will not be a liability to me while I'm beneficial to you. Just won't work. One thing I know, women, they problem, they will get in a relationship, not any relationship, almost every relationship. Most women will get in a relationship. They'll be okay in the beginning, as long as it's hot, as long as it's fresh, they living it. Okay? But the moment a couple months go by and they get to see, you know, pretty much everything this person got to offer, now they start to feel like they settle, because they're never satisfied. They're never satisfied. It's like they're always hungry. They start feeling like they settle and they could have had a better man, or they could have done better. And they don't realize that's just a delusion in their mind, because at times as humans, all of us, not just women, men too, our minds do play tricks on us. So what they would do is start thinking that they settle for, quote unquote, you know, a halfway guy. He alright. He take care of this, he do this, but he ain't got this. Or but he's not this, he's not that. Everything was straight with him, but he lost his job yesterday. Yeah. It was all good, but his car broke down. Yeah. I thought I wanted that, but he ain't got much money as I thought he had. That's what women's problem is. They'll get there and they not, you know, content with what they have. Men, it's like we don't care, you know. When we meet you, if we fall in love with you and we tell you, you're the most beautiful woman I ever met in this world, I want to marry you, I want to be with you for the rest of my life, you know, I want you to have my kids or whatever, and we marry you, or if we make it that far, however that may go. But if we tell you that, most of the time we dead ass serious about you and willing to die for you. And what I mean by that, yeah, I know you got a lot of women say men cheaters. But when a woman go out there and cheat, the first thing they say is the man made them do it. Or it must was something he wasn't doing. He must wasn't handling his business. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to been doing. That's why she cheated. Women get tired. Okay, women get tired too. We get tired too. You know, that's what'll make them. That's what'll make a man go out there and do it. The difference is a man could cheat and have no emotional attachment to the woman he cheating with, and the woman he cheating with be telling him, well, baby, you ain't got to put up with the bullshit at home. And she treating him 10 times better than the one at home. But he's still coming back home because he love you and he loyal to you and made a commitment. He just fucked up and made a mistake because he wanted his sexual desires filled and you couldn't do it. Because instead of you doing it, you feel like, okay, I'm going to rebel against him because he didn't do what I told him to do. I wanted him to take the trash out at 10:30. He went at 10:32. I'm going to show him. That's y'all problem as a woman. You want to show us. Okay? Then, as a man, we could go buy you a new car. That ain't good enough. Wait 2-3 years later, go buy us a new one. Guess what's finna happen? Oh, now you want another new one. Shit. We bought a new one, now you want another new one. We pull up in the yard and something nice, first thing you gonna say is, how in the hell you gonna go get you a new car? What about me? That's what women do. I mean, shit. But this is the thing. Not to get too far off topic, what I really wanted to say. Women, what y'all gotta learn to stop doing, most of all. And I gotta try to figure out how to word this because I know what I'm about to say, but it even confuses me at times. Women will go into the present, be happy with the present, but still hold on to the past. Alright? You gotta let the exes go. As a man, you gotta let the exes go. As a woman, you gotta let the exes go. A man can let an ex go and leave her alone completely. But I mean, at least I did. But now, a woman, y'all gonna put that ex in y'all back pocket. That's why y'all wanna get along with everybody. That's why you wanna, end it on a good note. That's why you always holler, oh, we could just be friends. Or we could just get along for the kids. No. Fuck all that. We ain't getting along for no kids. We ain't gonna be friends. We ain't got no connection, no ties. Once it's over with, it's dead. Yep. Waste Management picked it up and took it out. It's gone. With the Waste Pro. But now, what you got, the reason why I say this, you can't think for 1 second that you gonna have a future or see the future with the present if you holding on to your past. Because holding on to your past won't get you to the present. Holding on to your past will only keep you in the past. So holding on to your past won't get you to the present. It definitely won't get you to the future. Your past is your past for a reason. Let it be the past. But how can you enjoy the present, prepare the present for the future, if you still trying to see where you can place the past? If you still holding on to that past and you trying to place that past and keep that in your pocket, how are you going to use the past to get to the future if the past couldn't be used to get to the present? So if the past couldn't get you to the present and it's already in the past, let it stay the past. The present is what you're trying to use to get to the future. But more often than none, women will hold on to the past. Why they reaching for their future? But they gonna take the present and put it on cruise control and just let it idle. Because they don't give a damn about the present. The present in the way, always in the way, always there, and readily available and always accessible whenever they need it. So they're not really thinking about the present at all. That's how the present becomes the past. But they will reach for the future. And while they reaching for the future, they gonna grab the future. But guess what? The future don't always grab them. So when they grab that future, they might grab it for a split second, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then when they go back to the present, they like, damn, I left the future over there. So now they reaching again, they got to go back and try to get it again. Not even realizing the same future that they were reaching for, it already done became they past. They just ain't paid attention to it. Alright? So then, they still trying to reach for their future. But the present over here trying to hold on, saying, no, come on, let's go down this road. They saying, no, you just sit there and wait. Just sit there and wait. Okay, then you know what the present gonna say? You know what, I'm tired of this, I'm finna go over here. Now the present just became your past. Meanwhile, what you didn't realize, your past used to be your present. But now your present just became your past. So finally, once that happened, that only happened because you were reaching for your future. Didn't realize you already had your future right there in the present with you. So you were reaching for your future, not thinking about the fact that you already got it. So finally, once your present become your past is becoming your future. Listen to me now. You was reaching for the future from the start. You got a taste of it, but you didn't get it out. And that's all you got was a taste. Because your future was on something else. Most of the time, that's how it goes. And as a woman, once your present become your past, and you get that future, and you realize the grass ain't green with that future, and it ain't everything that you thought it would be with that future, and you realize it was just a lustful moment that you was having in your mind, you know, where I'm not a religious person, but what a religious person would say is that they let the devil take over and control that lustful thinking. So once that happened, your future, hey, you just got a taste of it. You realize the grass wasn't green on that side, and then not only did you realize that, your future come back and tell you, well, hey, I can't do this right here with you. You know, yeah, I get what you're saying. I might have been your future, but baby, you wasn't my future. You was my past when we met the first time. And that's where you gonna stay at. You wasn't meant to be my future. And see, as a woman, you didn't know that. You didn't know that. So, while y'all two, you and the future, was too busy love bombing each other, now, you turn around, you thinking he your future, but you actually his past. So how that's gonna work? Because you trying to get started with him and he left you alone a long time ago. That's how his mind works. Alright, so now the first thing you do, what? You go back to the present, but guess what? The present ain't there, the present in the past now. So now you reaching back in your past trying to get what you had in the present. Sometimes y'all can get it, sometimes you can't. Alright, but then if you can't get it, guess what happens? You get something else, and it becomes your present. You're still reaching back in the past, trying to get your previous present, but it's your past. Because the main problem what you fail to realize as women, your present will always be your present. Your future can be your future and your past at the same time. But your present will always be your present. Don't make your present your past. If you decide to do anything and switch positions with one of them, make your present your future. Keep going straight. Don't put it in reverse and bag up. That's what a lot of them don't realize. Now, what I meant when I said a lot of them do reach out there in the future, and clarify for some of you that don't understand it. Sometimes we, as humans, we get ahead of ourselves, and that's men and women. We'll go to looking for something that's not there, or go to reaching out for something that's not there. And when we do that, more often than none, we get a disappointment. That's what we met with. Every now and then, you know, you might be met with joyfulness, contentment, something good or whatever, however that may come. More often than none, we're met with, you know, something that we didn't foresee coming. It's not the way we thought it was, and it's not the way we wanted it to be. But that's a part of life, you know. That's something that a lot of people gotta learn. And through it all, I hope I taught a lot of you something, because using my own life experiences, my present, not present now, but present at the time, used to be my future while I was dealing with my present. My present was dealing with her future and her past and her present at the same time. She had a lot going on. But now, with me, what was my present was my future at once upon a time. But even while it was the future, it became the past real quick, because I knew, I saw red flags with that picture, and I just knew that that couldn't become my present. Even though I still tried to make it my present, it didn't work out. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to become my present, and it ended up becoming my past. That's because as a man, we can foresee these things. We don't have to, you know, get in those situations blind and be like, okay, this is how this is going to turn out. Sometimes. Now, sometimes we can't see it. That's why you got divorces, and you know, people do all that. Because like I say, sometimes we can't see that stuff. Even though we think we can, we can't. But now that present became my past. And my future became my past real quick too. And then I found myself reaching in the past, trying to get the present. But I was trying to get the future. I didn't want what was actually present. I was trying to get what was the future to be my present. Because see, it had done became the past. So I was trying to get that to become my present, and it didn't work. Once your past becomes your past, it becomes your past for a reason. That's the moral of the story. That's the message that I'm trying to send. Once your past becomes your past, it becomes your past for a reason. Every time you go dig it up and try to make it your present, you're going to learn and realize that it's only going to become your past again. Think about it. I would not be friend zoned by nobody. I don't do the friend zone bullshit. Excuse my language, but I don't do it. I don't believe in it, because I think that's only beneficial to a woman to friend zone a man. Hey, I need this box lifted. That's what she say. Hey, I need gas in my car. Hey, I need my car fixed. I'm having car trouble. Hey, can you fix that window? Okay, thank you. Do you need anything? Here's $20. Oh, girl, that's my friend. That's what they say. Come on now. As a man, what is we gonna get out of that friend zone? Hey, what did you cook tonight? Butter bean, collard green, fried chicken, chicken and dumpling, macaroni and cheese, all that old good stuff there. Baked pork chop, baked ribs, barbecue ribs, fettuccine, grilled shrimp, dinner rolls, yeah, whatever you like, grilled chicken. Okay, Well, hey, fix me a plate. I'll be through there to get it. Now, we still talking about the friend zone now. So the man come through there to get that plate. We showing the benefits of the man and the woman in the friend zone. The man come through there to get that plate. When he pick up that plate, guess what that man gonna do? Thank you, I really appreciate that. You know, here go $20, $30. I really appreciate that. Yeah. But we talking about the friend zone guy. Here go $10 or $15. The woman, oh, you didn't have to do that, but no, I appreciate it. They're gonna man, you know what I'm saying? So, here again, it's only beneficial to the woman. It's only a liability to the man to be in the friend zone. I would not be in the friend zone by no means necessary. And I meant that. This message was approved by Lamar Starr. But now, you got a lot of people can't seem to understand these things that I'm saying, but that's the truth. That's why I don't do the friend zone thing. I got a girl that I know, which really she's a woman, a damn good grown woman. And I fell in love with the woman, I'm not gonna lie, I really did. She actually love bombed the hell out of me. At least I consider it to be that way. And it may not be that way. She would tell you different. She would say it's not that way. But being a person that was in a relationship for 20 years, that's the reason why I can say it was that way. But for her, it may have not been. But I do think it was, simply because she liked me. I liked her, don't get me wrong. But the timing was wrong for me, simply because while my present was having a past and a future outside of the present, I met her and she was my future, but she became my past real quick because I didn't do it right and allow her to become my present. When she was trying to become my present, I was holding on to the present that I already had. Didn't realize that the present that I already had done became my past a long time ago. Because as a man, we don't just jump up and try to, you know, throw away something that we done had for years and took years to build. No, we hold on to it and try to make it last. We fight for it. You know what I'm saying? We do all that. But shit, them women will leave us in a fucking heartbeat. Excuse my language. But they will. That's the truth. But now, anyway, she became my past, and that hurt. I hate it. I really wish she could have been my present, because that was the caliber of woman that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and I found that out. The craziest part is I found it out after she became my past and we stopped communicating, simply because she, well, when the whole situation split up, put it like that, it split up on account of a lie that my present put out there due to jealousy. But it was more or less like nothing I could say to convince, you know, the future that, hey, that's a lie that the present is portraying. So don't let the present stop you from being the future in the present and cause you to be the past. But that's just what she did, long story short. So she ended up becoming the past because she believed the present. All right, but the present that I had, what, you know, is the past, put it like that. All right, so If I could do it all over again, I would do it right. Because I know she was the only person to me that I ever met in my life that was genuine, that really meant what she said and how she felt, true enough. The reason why I still think she was love bombing me, because what I always say, I used to tell her that I didn't believe love existed, and you know, I didn't think love was for everybody. Well, I knew love existed, but I didn't think love was for everybody. I didn't think it was meant for everybody to have love or find love. That's one of the things me and her used to argue about. And she would say, I don't know that, and it does. You know, she was like, yes, it does exist, and you can't say that. Those are the things that she would say. All right, and through that, when she tell me that, I'd be like, no, it ain't. All right, so me not knowing, the whole while, when I stopped communicating with this woman, that I would fall deeply in love with this woman. So finally, after the present became the past, and I'm single by myself and all that, current situation by myself, everything, that's when I realized how much I fell in love with what was my future, but had now became my past. And I reached back for it again. It was a past for a reason. I couldn't get it back. No matter how hard I tried. And somebody else come along and got it, I guess maybe because it was meant for them to get it and not me. But that go back to what I said. Love wasn't meant for everybody. It wasn't meant for everybody to find love or have love. At least I think that way. A lot of people would disagree, but I think that way. Because I didn't want nobody else but her after that. But it didn't happen. It wasn't meant for me and her to be together, because we not together. And so that in and of itself let me know that I felt like it was love bombing. Simply because one thing a man know, any man know, you can, as a man, we cannot turn off the love switch at the drop of a dime. Can't do it. You really love somebody, you can't do it. I don't care how much you say you can. You will find yourself going against yourself, doing things that you thought you would never do, or you said you would never do, accepting things that you said you would never accept. You'll let certain shit slide. You'll, excuse my language, and you'll bend rules for certain things that you said you wasn't gonna do. That's called love. So for me to see this person just turn it off like that, I didn't understand it. And then again, maybe they didn't, I don't know. But to me she did, because once I let her know that, hey, you can be the present and the future, it was different. It wasn't, you know, it was like, okay, now I hear you, but I don't believe you, and that can't be the situation. It can't be meant for us to do that or be that way, because you ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna do this. It's like, and I don't understand that about women. Most women look for negative answers to their problems and negative solutions to their problem. Where men look for positive answers and positive solutions, women look for negative, because the first thing they're gonna say is, no, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that, and all that. That's why opposites attract. That's why men and women connect, because we are the positives, they are the negatives. Together we can crank that car up and get the wheels rolling. But it's something everybody got to learn. Your past is your past for a reason. Your present is your present for a reason, and your future is your future for a reason. Let it be that. And just that, and then only. Stop reaching for your future if you got a great present. Let the future continue to be the future. Let the present continue to be the present. And let the past stay in the past. Now, how many women gonna let the past stay in the past? And it's a lot of them will say that they did. It's a lot of them will say that they do. But I bet you they still know they ex-phone them. I bet you they still Facebook friends and IG friends and Snapchat friends and TikTok friends with their high school sweetheart, or with that one guy that they was in college with that they really wanted, but he didn't know it. And now he just really on fire, and they always wanted him to blow their bank out, but he never got a chance to do it. And even if they don't get no relationship with him, they was crushing on him, so they just want that one night stand with him. So it's always that one guy, and they still friends on these social media platforms. See, that's what social media destroyed our culture at. Because back when I was growing up, when I was a child, we had beepers. For those of you that know what they are, you call. It's like basically like a call ID system. You call me, I see that you call, I call you back from a payphone or from a house landline phone, or that's it. And then we had cell phones. We had car phones, and we had flip phones, and we had these big ass phones. But with the phones, we could only call. So if we out in the mall somewhere and we get a woman number, yeah, we can only call and talk to her. It wasn't no text messaging or none of that. No two-way. Well, two ways came out first. Before the text messaging and picture messages and all that stuff and videos. Before we had all of this smartphone shit, they had the two-way, which was the first introduction to it. So, you know, the world was a better place back then. When they introduced these smart technologies with this social media bullshit, it destroyed the world and fucked it up. Because now you got access to almost every woman in America, all over the world, in different countries and all. You got access to them right at your fingertips in your phone. You can contact them. You can talk to them. She can talk to you. You can initiate the cheating right there on your phone from the comfort of your own home. You can cheat on your spouse right in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to get up and leave to make contact. You don't have to put in the work. So it destroyed our families to the point where now we don't have nothing left. Social media had destroyed everything. And now you got people that literally would throw away their whole relationship, family and all, 20-year marriage or relationship for social media. Just because they want to keep it a secret. Because they want to be in a relationship and have secrets. In a relationship, you really are allowed to, you in a relationship, everybody is entitled to have privacy. Nobody's entitled to have secrets. Come on now. It's a big difference between secrets and privacy. People got to learn that. But if you feel the need to have secrets, what you're in a relationship for, you may as well be single. Now women got these work husbands. They got these social media guys that they dating. The simps that's always in their DM hollering, you beautiful. Hey, beautiful. I got whatever you like. I pay for whatever you want. That's a simp. Now, giving a woman a compliment, I don't really consider you to be a simp because I compliment women all the time. And every man compliment a woman. So I don't consider that to be no simp from complimenting a woman. But when you overextend your hand and offer to help this woman and take care of her and do anything for her, and you don't even know her last name, don't even know her, you are a simp. Because I'm willing to bet you at the blink of an eye, she would not hesitate to let you know that she wouldn't do nothing for you at all, and she don't know you, and she think you're a creep and a stranger. But at the same time, you willing to go to prison for her, all because you're in love with the way she look. So you willing to sell your house all because you're in love with the way she look. She might be a fruitcake serial killer, disease bringer, orgy haver, anything. But you willing to open arms just because she pretty and beautiful. When this woman ain't willing to do the same thing for you. Why is you simping? Why is y'all simping? But anyway, I mean, I can go on and on, you know. I'm 41 minutes in. I may end up having to edit this video. But what I learned from a lot of these people simping, social media let these women know they got a plethora of men that they beck and call that will simp over them and do whatever they want. So they think so. And that entails cause them to be deceitful, more deceitful, dishonest, distrustful, disdain, and overall took all the morality away from a lot of women. Because they just like kids in the candy stores with their phones. It took all of their moralities away, so now you don't have moral human beings walking around you no more. You got 304s, and you got some women that are good women. They rare. I mean, they hard to find, like 1 out of 10 maybe. And my number still may be low. I don't know. I say 1 out of 10. I did find what I think to be 1 out of 4 or 5. But it wasn't meant for me. Not with her. So that's something that, you know, like I say, is rare. Even when I found it, I didn't realize it because I didn't know that it was meant for me. And once I did realize it, and was like, okay, I didn't realize I really was in love like this. Okay, this person bagged up. Once I opened up and said, okay, come on in, they bagged up and closed the door and be like, no, I'm at the wrong house. I'm at the wrong door. That's when I realized it was like, you know, that's what made it feel more like love bombing, what I was saying earlier. But because if that person was in love with me like they said they was, then you can't turn that off like that. I don't care how you look at it. Me personally, that's my idea of it, my opinion of it. But I do know with the technology we have in this world, people are not advancing as fast as they should because they caught up on the reality of having too much access at the drop of their hand. I mean, they can literally put it like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. My president stayed in touch with her past throughout the whole situation that we had for years and years and years. And even more so, that didn't mean that, okay, she was cheating with him, but it's a reason why women hold on to their past. It's a reason why she held on to it. If she see him in the store, yeah, you're going to speak to him, but it's a reason why you're friends with him on social media. It's a reason why you may have his number. It's a reason why you can still contact this person or still know their whereabouts or about what's going on with them in their life 15, 16 years later. That's because for women, that's always a question that they didn't get the answer. If they didn't get the answer to that question, that's always a question that's in the back of their mind. It's always an itch that they want to scratch. Because as women, they are curious, just like children. Men, we're more curious about things, places, and ideas. We're not curious about human beings. We all understand the analogy and the anatomy of our biology and human makeup. So, we're not curious about human beings as men. Usually when I find a man that's curious about another human being, he's got to be in touch with his femininity. Which you find that a lot, because if you're a man and you see another man pull up to the store and you staring at him and watching him and paying attention to him, looking at him harder than these women is, you're in touch with your femininity. That means you don't know which way you want to go. To me, that's my idea, my opinion, because I don't watch men. I don't care what they do. I'm not paying them no attention like that. I'm not looking at them that way. I don't care what they doing. I don't look at guys like that. You know, I look at women because I like women. I don't care about other folks' preferences. That's their preference. I don't have a problem with that. That don't bother me. Everybody to each his own. But one thing, women shame guys and talk down on these guys. For one, men, I can't say this. Y'all got to get it together. Hanging out at the store at 8 o'clock in the morning from 8 to 10 or from 8 to 11, or hanging out in the evening at the store or at the club on the block from 4:30 that evening to 10 at night with a bunch of men. I use another word, but with a bunch of men, that ain't cool. Especially when you got a woman at home. Pretty fine woman at home, laid up chilling. What you want to go hang out around a bunch of hard legs for, a bunch of men for, and y'all sitting there comparing sizes, comparing testosterone, worried about who the top man, who the biggest man, who got the most money, who got the prettiest car, who got the prettiest woman, who made the you know, best decisions in life. I ain't competing with no man. I don't care what they got or who they is or what they do. I would never put on a show or feel like I gotta prove anything to any man, even to the women. I wouldn't prove nothing to nobody just to try to show anybody anything. The only person I gotta show something to is me, myself, and my children. The rest of them don't even matter to me. You know, this just the way I think, and it's the way I am. That's how I feel about a lot of things. This is just something that I just wanted to talk about. I wanted to reach out and touch on. Women, a lot of them need to learn how to stop being 304s. But I often saw that. What made me want to touch on it, I saw it in that Crimson video where she said women get in that phase, and they mamas and parents, and which my past, when she was my present, her mother and family used to tell her, you know, they used to tell me, oh, she ain't never really lived. She never did get to do nothing. Y'all had kids so early and settled down so early, she didn't never get to live her life or experience nobody. She never got to experience nothing different or experience no new things. Y'all settled down too early. That's what happened when y'all settle down too early. It's like encouraging that 304 behavior. So when I saw that video from River TV and Crimson, it was like spot on. I mean, it was on point. To the point where it's like, man, is they talking about me? Is they talking about my situation? Because here you go, a person that I thought didn't need that question answered, didn't even have that question, had that question and felt that she needed to have it answered 17 years later or 16 years later, after the children, after the house, after the cars, after the jobs, after the money, all of that, it was, okay, now, let me get at you. That's what happened. Did we all? Yeah, we all have made mistakes as human beings. We all have. So I don't place myself to be no better than nobody else. But as a man, sometimes we know when to turn the light switch off. Women, y'all don't know when to turn the light switch off. Therefore, you should never even be nowhere around in the room where it's power at. Think about what I'm saying. So, if you can't control certain parts of your life, that's just like a drug addiction. If you can't control it, and so far you okay, you controlling it because you don't even have access to it, you don't do it. Why would you fight your way into the room where you got access to it if you know you can't control it? Because once it get out of hand, hey, it's out of hand. Eventually, the rubber gonna have to meet the road. And that's just what happened. You know, that was a really great video because they was actually spot on. I mean, on point about everything they said. It wasn't no ideas. It wasn't no opinions. Those were true statements, true facts that have been proven over and over and over again. Go watch the video. River TV and Crimson. Whole phase. Excuse my language. I don't know if I can say that or not. But that's what it's about. And that's crazy that women think that way. But they do. They really do. I wish a lot of them would grow out of that, but I doubt that they could. Because they can get with a man and be with him for 6 months and everything be perfect and great. And if he's a guy like me, where I don't leave no room for you to play games with me, you gotta be straight up. If you try to mess over me or play games with me, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna let you know that from the door that I'm gonna check. So often when you find a woman that realize she got a man that's gonna check, like they said, she gonna come home and start an argument for no reason because it done been 4 months. She know everything good, but she got that issue on the scratch because she had, you know, she had Case or Doug or Jonathan or Pookie. She had his number. That was her high school sweetheart. He in town this weekend. She want to scratch that itch. You know, he's her past from 10 years ago. But some way, mysteriously, she still got his phone number, or she's still friends with him on social media. So she had to stay connected. So she want to try that. Or some kind of way, she saw Luke. And Luke been a pro athlete for years. He's only gotten better with time. And he's in town visiting his mom for Thanksgiving this weekend, and he's going to be out. He's going to be outside. So she got them, even though she got a man at home and got a family, she got to figure out how she can start an argument so she can get outside to make herself available for Luke. Just in case, you know, like Charles and Charles podcast say, just in case she can catch up with Luke and he can decimate, dismantle, and destroy her guts, if I'm saying it right. I think that's what he said. But that's what she got going on this weekend. So she gonna let Luke use and abuse it. And even more so than none, you got a lot of them. This is what my sister always tell me. Some women use some guys for stability and security. They got one guy. They got a guy at home now. That guy at home is there for only one reason. He's there for the security. Yeah, he gonna make sure she got money, make sure she's straight, make sure she got something to ride in, make sure her car running good, make sure the light bill paid, make sure the house note paid, make sure the rent paid, whatever, keep a roof over her head, make sure the kids are straight, make sure they got money, all that. But Pookie over here, he makes her laugh. Ray Ray over here, he destroying her goods a little bit better. She like his sexual content a little bit better than she like Joe at home. And then she got Daniel at work. He makes her laugh. Yeah. He makes her laugh, so she gonna let him destroy her goods. Meanwhile, Pookie was with that thug stuff, so she's gonna take penitentiary chances, risk messing up her credit, and, you know, go home and tell her man at home that she lost her wallet. She gonna do all of that to help Pookie get in a better situation, get him a car today with her husband's money. All because he blowed her back out. Yeah, and he was with that thug stuff. He was a gangster. Ray Ray, you know, she can control him. But they argue. It's crazy because Ray Ray got a lot of women, so she just want to be a part of that team. Meanwhile, Daniel at work, he makes her laugh. So he gonna destroy her guts. So by the time she's done all that, when she get back home to Joe, guess what Joe get to do? Come home. No food on the table. She gonna tell Joe she's tired. She gonna tell Joe she don't feel like that. Don't touch her. She don't feel like being bothered. You know, she gonna ask Joe that he pay the light bill today. She gonna tell Joe she needs some gas in her car. She gonna tell Joe she don't want to hear that. And she gonna tell Joe if he don't like it, he can leave. Yeah. Then when Joe decided to leave, she gonna say, "Oh, why you leaving me? I ain't done nothing wrong." She gonna go to crying. She gonna put on that show. Yeah. She got to keep Joe there now. He's security now. So when she do that, it's like, okay, I got to keep Joe at all costs. Even though Pookie is with that thug shit and that gangster shit, excuse my language, Pookie can't take care of me and make sure me and my kids straight. Even though Ray Ray is toxic, he got plenty of women. And he got 7 baby mamas, he ain't taking care of none of his kids. But I like his tennis shoes, he dressed nice, and he got plenty of women, so every woman want him because he got that sexual content. So, you know, I can't leave him alone either, but I know he ain't gonna be with my ideal of a family man or security or stability. So I got to keep Joe, because Pookie or Ray Ray ain't gonna be that either. And then Daniel, my work husband, yeah, he makes me laugh. We joke and play all the time, but we work together, and he does that with a lot of the other women at work too. And he's not ready to be serious because he got a lot of stuff going on in his life that he ain't straightened out. And I know he's not really idea, you know, serious about life, because he's still bumming a ride to work with his homeboys. But he's still going to these parties, so I can't look at Daniel like that. But he is funny though. So yeah, I got to keep letting him get it, but he's not a family man. He's not gonna take care of me and these kids. So I got to keep Joe. But now, Joe, that mother always come home from work talking about he tired, worried about where dinner is. You know, he need to go cook his own dinner. I had a flat tire today. Had Joe would have done what he's supposed to do before he went to work, I wouldn't have had a flat. It's his fault. The water line busted under the house. Had Joe would have jacked the house up and tore it apart and put new water lines in there 3 years ago, because the water lines is 15 years old, we wouldn't have had that problem. It's Joe's fault. Even though I maxed my credit card out and went over the limit, if Joe would have made sure I had a little bit more money before I left the house, I wouldn't have had to do that. It's Joe's fault. Joe check wasn't but $500 this week, or Joe check wasn't but $1,000 this week. And all the stuff I got to do gonna cost me $1,100. So I wouldn't have went over there and talked to Daniel and had fun with him if Joe would have done what he was supposed to do and got that extra $100. It's Joe's fault. If Joe was doing what he's supposed to do and went and bought me a new car, then he wouldn't have had to worry about a headlight going out on my car. It's his fault. She wrecked her car today. Well, if Joe would have stopped and filled my car up last night, even though it had a little bit over half a tank of gas, if he'd have stopped and filled it up again last night, I wouldn't have had to stop to get gas. I never would have had a wreck today. So that's Joe's fault. When he come home and tell me he wants some sex, Joe ain't getting nothing tonight. Cause I didn't have that extra $100 in my account. All he gave me was $1,000 this week out of his check. And I know that's how much his check was, but he should have went to work and made a side hustle to give me some extra money. He know I got needs. So no, he ain't getting nothing till I get what I need. It's Joe's fault. But then Pookie finna call that phone. Hey, what you doing? Yeah. Me and my partner, we just got through doing this little robbery. We just hit this lick, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you come scoop me up? I need to move around and get to the other side. Oh, I'm coming. I'm on my way. She hang up the phone and take off. Boom. There you go. Guys. Hey, we got to stop being Joe. We got to stop being Joe. Women, y'all got to leave your past alone. Accept your present, deal with your present. Stop reaching for the future and stop reaching back in the past. Let your present become your future. One day at a time. Thank y'all. I gotta go. I should have been at work an hour ago. Don't forget, remember, like and subscribe. This may be my very first YouTube video. So if you see this video on YouTube, this is my very first YouTube video that I made. Tell me in the comment section how I did. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying something. I hope my other YouTube people that I'm subscribed to, like Charles and Charles Podcast, River TV, That Boy Will, Keita Rose, Ugly Money. You know, a lot of them platforms recognize me. And you know, hope they subscribe and bring some of their subscribers and get my likes up. So if you do see this video, remember, this is my very first video that I'm doing. Tell me how I did. I know the lighting and scenery and all that stuff may not be perfect. I'm in my car, I've been riding, I just tried something. But I'm finna get off of this here and go to work. I'm an auto mechanic for a living. That's what I do. I hate it. I don't really consider myself to be an auto mechanic. I'm actually a hustler because that's not all that I do. But, you know, I make music. I do electrical work, a lot of things. But I'm your all-around average guy that works for a living. I just can't do, you know, deal with the average man's income. I like a 6-figure income or more. I don't consider myself to be a high-value man or nothing. I just consider myself to be a man. I'm just a man. So, tell me how I did. And, you know, please like and subscribe. Thank you.